slide in the dog leg.
Welcome back to part 2, the finale of our GR Corolla Marizo Edition build. And a quick order of business, our merch store is restocked, everybody. So if you guys have been waiting for t-shirts, hats, license plate frames, we do now have them. There is a link in the video description. So go grab some merch if you're interested in that. And we are gonna start off with some performance modifications. However, we did run into a bit of a hiccup. We were going to do an intake on this car, mainly the Aventuri one, which is this beautiful carbon intake with this box, stunning. And what I have figured out is right now, there's an issue with a check engine light on essentially every aftermarket intake on the market. So that means we're not really ready to do an intake on this car because of the check engine light, and for various reasons. I don't know if it's, you know, a major issue or a very minor issue. I suspect it is the latter, something with an airflow problem with the way these intakes have been designed or the way one of these sensors is picking up the airflow. However, we do not want to risk having a check engine light go off on the racetrack for us, which is where we're going next, or, you know, present any potential issues like a lean condition where it could hurt the motor. So in lieu of that, we will be skipping the intake. Although, if you look at this one, yes, the box is there. It's still pretty damn cool. It's got this nice little like duct that runs underneath here and pulls air into here. I'm not 100% sold on the factory exhaust system. The design itself is just a little, you know, weird for me. The center exhaust I do like, but the two tips on the sides, it's just unconventional. I think Toyota was certainly going for something different. Whether they succeeded or not, that's, you know, up to you guys and the owners of these vehicles, whether they like it or not. I'm not the biggest fan of it. The sound itself, though, isn't bad. Like, you'd be surprised for a 3-cylinder, this exhaust and the tone that comes out of it is pretty good. Now, I kind of understand why they do have the center tip here. It is valved, so that means this is closed and opened in certain conditions. I think it opens up after 4,500 RPM and then is open up to 1,500 RPM, up to 20 miles an hour, and then closes. Might be some drone thing or something, who knows. There you have it. MBRP's dual center rear exit exhaust system is on. It's got these beautiful carbon fiber tips. And my main reason for going with this system is you can see it does delete the exhaust tips on the side here. and I think it just looks so good. It's kind of like a GT3 nod here, the center exhaust on the GR Corolla, which I think is pretty fitting, more fitting than any other Toyota out there. This is a full 3-inch exhaust system. It does flow 38% better. However, you're not gonna see any real gains on the dyno. Really, exhausts these days are already so good from the manufacturer. This is more for sound, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be awesome. So let's fire this thing up and hear what it sounds like. Now that is what I'm talking about. This exhaust system gives this car so much more presence. I love it. It's just like so deep and crisp.
All right, oil is checked and scientifically topped up. And as you saw last episode, we've used Valvoline's very best. This is the extended protection premium full synthetic in the correct weight, 0W20. And as we've explained to you before, it is 10 times stronger against oil breakdown than industry standards and offers 50% better wear protection than industry standards. And this being a high stress turbocharged engine, we want to make sure that it has the very best in there, and it's topped up to that milliliter precision that I just showed you all there. So be serious about your oil changes, everybody, and consider using Valvoline. We certainly consider it to be the best. So without further ado, let's hit the track. All right, fellas, here we go. Out onto Toronto Motorsports Park, our local track here where we do all of our testing. And wow, it is a nice cool day here, so we're going to be making plenty of horsepower, and this thing feels spicy already. It's I've got rev match or blip shifting set up, and wow, it actually wants to rotate at turn 1. This is going to be a lot of fun, guys. It feels really spicy. The annex coilovers feel firm and responsive, and of course the Continental Extreme Contact Force is a 200 tread wear track tire. Nice stiff sidewalls on it, so turn in response is very immediate. And I've got all the nannies turned off. We are in sport mode with traction and stability controls turned off so that I can, just feel how the car feels in its natural state. Does it have rotation? Does it have understeer? And I'm not used to not having to heel and toe. So if my brain is asking my right foot to slide over there, but I don't need to because it's blipping for me. This MBRP exhaust system sounds really good too. It really gives this car sportier character. Not that the stock exhaust system sounds bad, but it's just muted compared to this, which gives the car just, that added bit of aggression that you want from a hot hatch. Are taking the front, the bumps in the last corner there exceptionally well. Really impressed by that. This car has really short gear ratios too. Like I'm at the top of 4th gear coming down into turn 1 here, which is unusual. God, it feels so good, guys. You get on the throttle and the all-wheel drive system just shoots you out of the corners. A lot of traction, a lot of grip. Impressive, and the brakes are mega powerful. These are 100% stock brakes, 4-piston front, 2-piston rear, stock pads, but it has a ton of stopping power. And look at the car just like really willingly turning and rotating here. Like it's sliding through the S's here, guys. Wow, this thing is good. Holy cow. I did not expect it to be this willing to move around and change direction. It's got no understeer at all. Wow, this thing is a Hummer. No sign of like any ABS lockup. That's a corner where ice mode can be a real problem, but in this car, no problem at all. The grip level is so good, guys. I am little slide in the dog leg there, which is not where you want to get sideways, but this car is incredibly capable. Wow! Blown away. Absolutely blown away. God, I could just keep lapping this all day. It's so direct. This is wow, for a 2023 car to feel this dialed and like alive underneath me. I'm not used to modern cars having this much soul, but this car has personality, it has soul. Wow, I am really stoked on this, guys. Really stoked. This thing is a ripper. Oh my goodness. That all-wheel drive power out of the corners, man, it is so good. This is a real track car, guys. This is like GT level track car capabilities here. I am stunned by how good this car is. God, it's good. Wow. Wow, this thing is good, guys. Wow. I'm blown away. And I mean, if you know anything about hot hatches around this racetrack, Toronto Motorsports Park, you know the FK8 Type R has long been the benchmark here, and if you go into our art cars, you'll see that we have track tested the FK8 Type R here a bunch of times, and the best I've ever done in one is a low 122, a 122.2, and this car is significantly faster than that. And yes, we've put it on NX Club Spec Pro dampers, and we've put it on a 200 tread wear tire, although this car does come on, I think, a 140 tread wear tire normally. So, but wow, the capabilities of this car are very high. And you know what this car does better than the Type R, in my opinion, is put the power down from the apex to corner exit. The all-wheel drive system in this car is really impressive, and the amount of traction and drive that it gives you out of the corners is really very, very good. And yes, the Morizo Edition has more power than the Core or the Circuit Edition. We do have like 20 foot-pounds more torque. It also has shorter gearing. So it's, I'm gonna say, having no baseline in a non-Morizo Edition at this track, I'm gonna say that this gearing suits the track incredibly well. And the overall tuning of this chassis is just at a very, very high level. My God, what a machine, everybody, what a machine. Absolutely blows my mind just how capable this car is. And I mean, let's just take a moment too to appreciate how good this car looks. I love the fact that we went with like this gloss PPF on it. I think it really changes the car's appearance in a subtle and I think very cool way. It just differentiates our Morizo from everyone else's Morizo. And these Apex wheels look stunning on the car. I think the color match is really nice. And of course, Continental Extreme Contact Forces look good, and man, did they ever deliver on the racetrack. This car is just dialed. Like, I'm really glad that we stuck with a very minimal package of upgrades on this car, because it's so capable right out of the box. The NX Club Spec Pro dampers work incredibly well, as do the spring rates that they chose. The car has no understeer in it whatsoever. The turn-in response is like super immediate. It goes into like nice shallow little drifts if you attack the corners really hard. And then when you go to the throttle, the all-wheel drive system just like shoots you out of the corners. The overall balance of it, I mean, you guys heard me out there. I was so shocked by how good and how capable it is and how well balanced it is, that I probably wasn't even getting all that much out of it in terms of lap time, because I was too busy, like my brain was too busy processing how good this car is. Honestly, that was like an 8/10 lap. I wasn't pushing hard, and it did a 121.06, which is a lot faster than a stock FK8 Type R, faster than an Elantra N, with just coilovers, wheels and tires, and a PPF and a wing on the back. I mean, we did so little to it, and it works so well. What a capable car. I think there's like a high 119 in it if I really went out there and hammered hard on it. I don't think that's what Pete wants me to do. I think we've learned what we needed to learn about this car on the racetrack, and that is, this thing is supremely well dialed in. Bravo to Gazoo Racing and everyone at Toyota, because the Morizo Edition is the real deal. It is a GT version, if you want to use Porsche nomenclature for it. It is really a track focused car, and it delivers on that. I want to take this to every racetrack in North America now, because it is that much fun. The short ratio gearbox is amazing. The brakes are mega powerful, but very easy to modulate. Like, there's literally nothing I would change about this car right now. It was that good. So I guess maybe the question now, PT, is how good is it on the street? If it's that good around the racetrack, can you live with it like this on the street? What do you say we go for a drive and find out?
So DP, now you got a taste of the track. Yep. And here on the street, I've driven this car quite a bit on the street, and it's very livable. It is certainly a track car.
No doubt.
You know what I mean? Like, you can hear now the road noise in this car. It's loud. You know, we've kind of already covered that off, so that much hasn't changed. The exhaust does, you can hear it.
You can hear it,
which is nice. Which is nice. It's not obnoxious. The tone is good. It does not drone. You can see like any RPM. It's really good. Like, this is 2,000 RPM.
Top gear is quite quiet.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's nice, and the suspension, you know, on roads like this out here, look at it.
It's remarkably comfortable. It does not feel like you're getting rattled around or, you know, beaten up in any way. So
no, it doesn't, and it just feels smoother than the stock stuff, where I found the stock stuff to be just a little bit more, you know, harsh.
Yeah, high frequency bumps really would jiggle you around.
Exactly.
This soaks that up better.
Yeah,
no question about it.
This feels way better. So I think they've done a great job.
They have, and some of that might also be coming from the Continental tires. You know, it may have a softer sidewall than the OE tire does, so that might be part of it too. But overall, this thing rides exceptionally well.
It's really, really good, man. And you know, power delivery wise, like this thing, you just put your foot down and listen to it.
Well, PT, what do you think, buddy?
What a car. What a car.
It is an amazing machine, and as we said before, I think we did the right thing by keeping the mods.
Almost like an OEM Plus thing, DP, like what we usually do, you know?
That's your
motto. It works.
It does work.
It works.
And man, it works exceptionally well on this car, and I really don't think there's anything I'd want to add to it. Is there anything you would change?
An intake. I want the noise.
Oh,
That's
fair.
it. That's it. Just an intake to make some noise, but other than that, like power delivery, the way the car drives, it's all good. I love it, man.
It would be nice if it wasn't 100-kilometer-hour winds out here.
Well, yeah.
Still, what a machine on the racetrack, and I'm impressed by how well formed here, combined with how civilized it is on the street. It is a true dual-purpose track car, street car. It does it all so well. So, thank you guys for watching.
That's
this one. We really enjoyed it.
Me
and of course,
too,
thank you to Valvoline, who sponsored this series and have been long-time partners of the channel. I think they came on board with us in 2015, and we've been using their fluids in all of our projects ever since, and we found them to be exceptionally high quality.
Exactly. So, there will be a link in the video description if you want to support us. Go there. That will in turn support them, and then they support us again.
And
it just goes around.
And more fluid.
That's right.
It's all good. And next time we're gonna have to do like a 80-foot oil pour.
Oh boy, yes.
Oil pour,
things will get wild. So.
All right, guys. Thanks again, and we'll see you in the next one.